guys, James here today and welcome back to the Big Brother house build. It's been a while since the previous part, but I'm taking into account some of the suggestions. A lot of people said the floor was a little too white here in the living room, which I totally agree. And then there was a few other suggestions to try and incorporate the ancient ruins theme a little bit more. So I thought, why not change the sunken area into the sort of outdoor stone that we had before and sort of bring that into the inside as well. And then, of course, you just saw I changed the sort of TV into a half wall instead of the full height wall, which also made a lot of sense. Didn't think about at the time. So that's why comments are always super, super useful. Now, the other suggestion here was to add in a bar area to the main living space. Now, a lot of the time, housemates in the Big Brother TV show aren't allowed to have drinks whenever they want, but sometimes they are. So, you know, they could use this space for that. I mean, other times it could just be used as a sort of a hangout area. That's just a cool little spot. I didn't put any chairs at the bar, not just yet, but obviously that's something that's very easy to just add on later. But I want to know what your thoughts on it as well. So I've put it sort of just in front of that camera mirror there. The main problem I think that I still have with this whole living space is if you look at where the we have all the camera mirrors or whatever you want to call them, they're not in particularly good spots for viewing the main seating area because we have those three couches in the middle. I'm not sure if I spoke about this last time because it's been a while, but we have those three couches in the middle, and there's no camera that could face on them directly because we have the windows there. So I'm not sure what I want to do about that. I guess the other way we could do it is obviously in some of the series on Big Brother, they do have CCTV cameras for certain areas instead of using the mirrors. I think the American one in particular, I think you guys use a lot more of just the sort of visible cameras instead of mirrors. So we could just use like one of the sort of CCTV cameras in The Sims 4, just have that plonked down on top of the TV area, just so you can see that way. Realistically, that would work just fine, I think. So that's always an option. But anyway, so here I am sort of incorporating that ancient ruins theme a little bit more. I wanted to see if we could get some columns in there, but they were a little too big. And also the stairs also were a smidge too big as well. So I thought I'd give them a miss. We did get some of these little walls in just here next to the counters, just filling a little bit of a gap, and sort of just brings that vibe back into it because this sort of, the living room doesn't need to be like super cozy, I guess, because it's quite a big space. It's quite open. So I thought I'd make it feel open, and it makes it feel a little bit more outdoorsy as well, using all these sort of ruins theme and stone and all that. So it's a little bit of fun. We do also move on to the bedroom, one of the bedrooms in this part, and I do try and make that feel a little bit more cozy, and it's pretty out there. Like, it's pretty full on in terms of colors, and that's something I've said from the beginning that I want the interior to be. I want it to be full on, because usually Big Brother is pretty full on with their designs, and they get pretty out there, but we'll talk a little bit more about that when we get to it. Now, right here, I am trying to find a good place to put up a memory wall. And if you don't know what this is, some people suggested it. It's where the housemates, when one of the housemates will get evicted, they'd put something up there, like one of their items to, like, you know, commemorate that housemate and all that kind of stuff. And they did have that on Big Brother Australia for a bit as well, for at least a couple of the seasons. So I thought that's a good idea. So what I did, we put the wall over here, because where I had it just blocked off a lot of the sight lines. I put it there. Unfortunately, I mean, that's kind of really the only place I could put it, but we have that sort of mirror behind it as well where a camera would go. So, again, not ideal, but that's all right. So I'm just putting lots of random little items on here, just imagining that some housemates have left. And because I could have just left it blank and said, yeah, that's the memory wall, but I think it kind of helps a lot to just put little bits and bobs on there. I realize a lot of the items are kind of weird, like neon sign. Doesn't really make sense at someone's item, but unfortunately, there's not a lot of stuff we can put on walls that would be considered, you know, a personal item of someone that was in the house. So, you know, I did my best. And I also changed the main couch color to blue because I just thought it looked a little bit nicer. Moving on to the bedrooms here. Now, I do have a question for you guys. And this is one thing that was annoying as I was going through this. So I did the tutorial a few days ago now on how to make custom recolors of items and also wallpapers and flooring. And I wanted to ask if you guys want me to make some custom walls and floors for this build. And I say that mainly because the carpeting in The Sims 4 is terrible. And I thought maybe if I make a bunch of super colorful carpets that we could use in the build, because the only colorful carpet that is a strong color is this red. And I love it. It makes this space look really nice. I want a color like that for the other room as well. You know, like having like a vibrant colored carpet. The rest of them are just pastel and look kind of gross. So I was wondering, maybe should I create some custom assets that we could use in this build? Obviously, when I share the build, I'll put those up for download as well on my website, so you can download that and use them. Of course, if you don't want to use them in the final build, they will just get replaced with other wallpapers and floors. So it'll still work. It just won't have that exact look. But let me know your thoughts on that, because normally I wouldn't do it. For a normal build, I'd probably just do something else. But the thing is, with this particular build, because it is the Big Brother house, it is supposed to have vibrant, zany, wacky colors. You know, it's supposed to be like that. And a lot of the things that are in the game don't have those colors, specifically the carpet. And it annoys me a little bit. But let me know. If you don't want it or we won't use it, we can do something else. But I just wanted to put that out there because it is pretty easy to do. So it'd be interesting. Maybe I can make like a little carpet pack, something for The Sims 4, some wallpapers or something. I don't know. Let me know. And we'll go from there. That'd be kind of cool. So yeah, just as you can see, this bedroom over here is like a black and well, not black, a red and sort of wooden brown color. I went for black on the sheets because it kind of just went with the space. That's the other problem actually, is bed sheet coloring in The Sims 4 is not great at all. Maybe I could create some custom ones of those too. I don't know. I might be getting in over my head here. I'm not promising anything on bed recolors, but just putting it out there. The only problem is the black and red does give it a little twinge of a gothic vibe, which I kind of don't want to have, but it was kind of the best one that went with the area. I think there was also some gray colors we probably could have used. But I think the color scheme and the items I'm using here are definitely a good base for the room anyway. I wanted to get some plant life in here as well. Obviously, you would have noticed that there's no ancient ruins theme in here, but I want the bedrooms and the bathrooms to sort of be cut off. I want them to be separate from that area, separate from the sort of huge theme of the house, like the overarching theme. I want these rooms to be somewhere the Sims can go, or the housemates can go, relax, and just take their mind off stuff. And, because that's why we're using these sort of dark colors. You got the dark wood in the wall, and that sort of deep red as well. Like, it would just be... obviously, there's no windows in this room either, so it'd be quite dark, and it'd just be cut off and just away from everything else. And that's kind of how I wanted it. I wouldn't mind changing the black though. Looking like at the time when I was building, don't get me wrong, I think the black and the red does look pretty cool, but I think it kind of gives off the wrong vibe. I think it gives a little bit. It's going in the gothic direction rather than relaxation direction, or romantic as red might indicate. But then you get the black in there, and it's kind of weird. So I might actually end up changing that. But of course, pending your feedback on the matter, we'll see how we go with that. So above the beds, I putting some shelving, as you saw. I thought that makes sense because then they could put some personal affects on there as well. Like, I don't know, just if they brought like photo frames from home or something, they could put it up there, or some clothes or whatever. And then above that, putting some greenery, because why not? Make it look a little bit spontaneous. No, that's not the right word. A little bit vibrant with the green. Get the green and the red. Actually, it's starting to look like Christmas in here now too, now that I look at it. Ooh. No, I do like the plants though. I think that's it's interesting. It's something different anyway. I didn't know what to put on that wall there. If you have any suggestions on what we can put on that big blank space wall, that would be good. We can't put another mirror, as you can see, because the bathroom's actually behind that. So if you have a suggestion of what we could do there, that'd be cool. Anyway, moving on to... I don't know why I'm doing that area. Moving on to the bathroom space now as well. One thing that annoyed me in here, and you'll see it when we get to it, is the showers, because all the showers are enclosed. There's no just, shower head on the wall we could use. I thought I'd go with this blue. I had a bit of fun with the blue. I thought it looked kind of nice. I don't know. Of course, the thing is, the way I see this series is I record a part, I do some things that I think may look good, and then pending your feedback, we can make them even better. So I think this looks good, but I definitely think a lot of this could be better. I just didn't know how to make it better. And the thing is, the minds of the many are greater than the minds of the few. All your brains put together could create a much better idea than I could ever come up with myself. So I think that's what I love the most about doing Let's Builds, is you guys always have fantastic ideas. And don't get me wrong, I'm not... Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that I'm being lazy and not doing what I think looks good. I like what I've done, but I just think it could be better, but I don't know how. I can't quite put my finger on it. I'm not quite sure. I really wanted to get some fish tanks in here as well. I did end up removing these, just because it didn't really make sense, because we put the counters here to like wash your hands and that, and there's no mirror behind it. You kind of need a mirror there so you could do your makeup or whatever. So it didn't really make much sense. So I did end up moving them. But I would like some fish tanks in here. Maybe we can sort something out. I wish there was a fish tank window like in The Sims 3. I think it was in late night. That was awesome. I wish we had one of those because that would make things easier. We also, that toilet in there is actually huge. Like that room with the door is actually just a toilet. It's huge. Got a lot of room to stretch out your legs and take a poop, which is good. I was trying to figure out where we could get mirrors in here as well. It's kind of hard. And before you say, ooh, it's kind of weird having mirrors in the bathroom. Well, if you've ever watched Big Brother, then you'd know that they do have cameras in the bathroom area. Obviously, they don't show anything. I believe they're actually... well, they obviously show the sink area, but the cameras in the toilets and the shower areas, except for, I think they did used to have like a up late show where they did show a little bit of nudity back in the day. They don't do that anymore. Well, Big Brother Australia doesn't even exist anymore, but they didn't do that anymore. No, but they're actually mostly used for safety because if like, I don't know, if someone had an accident or whatever happened, like you'd need to know about it. So they have the cameras there. Mostly for safety, or if they're going in, like a couple of housemates could go in the bathroom to have a gossip, and sometimes they do that, and they, it's always good to have the footage, so it's there. But I'm just because I know there'll be some comments saying, "Oh, it's kind of creepy putting cameras in the bathroom." I thought I'd just explain myself. It wasn't my decision. I didn't make it. It's just the way the TV show is. And I put 4 robes on the wall there because I would have put more, but because we have 8 showers. Because realistically, I guess maybe I should put more robes. I was going to say, realistically, if you're going to play this as a normal game in The Sims 4, you'd only have 8 Sims, so there'd be 4 per bedroom. But you can cheat in more than that, so you could have 16 people in here, and that would be possible. So maybe I should put more robes in. I thought I'd put in like a little massage chair kind of thing in there, or whatever, day spa chair. Oh, that was kind of cool. And a couple more plant life around there. And then I get some little things around the toilet, like, toilet paper, some shelving for, I don't know, whatever would be in there. I don't know. There would be stuff, but and a little hand towel as well. There's no sink in there, but there's a hand towel. I guess the hand towel's there for emergencies. Maybe. I don't know. It's in there. Yeah. I thought I'd get some nice... No, some interesting lighting in there anyway. I thought that was kind of cool. I love those lights, actually. That light there and then the circular one. Now this, I also did the diary room. Because it's such a small room, I thought I'd get it on with. Now... I was going to use that kind of fancy chair and make it all kind of cool and that. But then I was like, no. Our theme is ancient ruins, right? So we should make the diary room like an ancient ruin, right? Or just like at least in line with the theme. So we got the wall, we got the flooring, and then they even sit on a stone as well. So it's not even a chair. It's like a stone bench kind of thing. And then we get some of these stone columns in there. I thought it looked pretty cool. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think about it. But I think that's a fitting sort of diary room for the style of house anyway. I think that kind of makes sense to me. And what I decided to do, because in the diary room, at least in the Australian version, they tend to have mirrors on the side. And then the one that they talk into is usually just a camera or not even visible. Like it would just have like, I think in our one, they used to have like the Big Brother logo and it just said like, look here. Because when people are talking to, like a camera or something, it's easier to not get distracted rather than looking at yourself in a mirror right back at you. And it'd also be kind of weird if you think about it, talking into a mirror of yourself, whereas talking into a camera or just into a wall works a little bit better. Anyway, that concludes it for this part. So leave your comments, suggestions, and feedback down below. For the next one, we'll come back, we'll revise some stuff, we'll make it awesome. I promise the next episode will be a little bit sooner than this one was. But that is going to do it from me. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time, and have an awesome day.